So I am Filipino. I know you're looking at this dude and you're like, what? It's like Miscellaneous Brown, but I am Filipino. And growing up Filipino is hard because that hashtag representation matters. That shit is real. Cause like when I first saw a Filipino in a movie, it moved me. Like I was watching a movie called The Rock. Have you seen the movie The Rock? And in the movie The Rock, when Sean Connery is just released from prison, okay, and he got a fresh haircut and they gave him a suit, he's about to go to the FBI office, and then he beats up all the FBI agents and he runs down through the hotel, in a fancy hotel, and he runs and he goes through the hotel kitchen, and in the hotel kitchen he bumps into a fat Filipino and he drops all his pots, and the fat Filipino says, "Huy! Putang mo, hayop ka!" And my 15-year-old self was like, oh shit, hold up, rewind that shit. Hoy! Hoy! Putang mo, hayop ka! That fat motherfucker just called Sean Connery a son of a bitch, and I knew what he said because I'm Filipino. Representation matters. Alright? But that wasn't the impetus, the inspiration for me to move out to Hollywood from Chicago, because I grew up in Chicago. And the impetus was going and seeing Return of the Jedi. Y'all have seen Return of the Jedi, right? I mean, everybody's seen Return of the Jedi. And in Return of the Jedi, when Luke and Leia are landing on the moon of Endor, right? They're landing on the moon of Endor, and they're supposed to disable the shield for the rebels that are about to destroy the second Death Star, okay? And so Luke and Leia grab some speeder bikes, and they're speeding, but then they get discovered by some Imperial troopers, and then they're like, you know, running through the forest with the speeder bikes, and then they get separated, and Luke goes one way and Leia goes another way, but then Leia crashes, and you think, oh no, she's all right, and she takes off her helmet, and then her long, beautiful brown hair starts flowing, and it's the first time in all three movies, the first movie, you see her beautiful, long, brown hair, and then they cut to two Ewoks, and the two Ewoks say exactly this. In their Ewok language, they say exactly this. They say, "Huy, tignan mo, napakaganda." Ewoks are Filipino, y'all. Ewoks are Filipino, and when I saw that shit, I said, I'm gonna be in one of these fucking movies, and I'm gonna be the first Filipino Jedi, right? And in Star Wars movies, everybody got an accent, right? Everybody got an accent. So I'm going to play that Filipino Jedi just like my Tito Chito, because my Tito Chito is my hero, okay? He's my hero. So this is how I play it. I say, "Hoy, that is not the droid you're looking for. May the Force be with all of you. And Manny Pacquiao is the best." Because my Tito Chito, he's my hero. Because we just had lunch recently. We had lunch at Panda Express because he wanted to be fancy. So we went to Panda Express, and then, but we ate there. And he got mad because I got a Frahir plate. And you know, whenever you get a Frahir plate at Panda Express, your tita or tito is going to get mad because, "Oy, you always get that to go. Because you always get more in that to go. Don't let them swindle you, huh?" So that's my Tito Chito. That was like when we were waiting in line and I was getting my chow mein, he was already giving me advice. That's how Tito Chito is, right? And so we're there, and he's newly single. And we're sitting down, and he starts eating, and he goes, "Hey, Eric, do you know about this Tinder? It's so easy to get the pussy. You don't know about it? Oh my God, if you have this before you're married, you won't be married. But you'll probably have some kind of wart on your penis. I want to have some warts because I'm getting a lot of ladies with this Tinder. You don't know about it? I'm gonna explain it to you. Okay. So there's girls there, okay? If it's a good one, you right swipe it. But if it's ugly, left swipe it. But here's the key. If you right swipe her and she right swipe you, pussy. You know your Tito Chito has never tasted chocolate. Tito Chito. Are you talking about a African American woman? Listen, Lawanda told me to call her a chocolate. I'm going to call her a chocolate. Is that politically correct? Excuse me. And chocolate is delicious. Last night, we went to watch Black Panther. And I'm not one to kiss and tell, but I'm gonna tell you. Wakanda forever.
And then I was like, yo, you don't need to bring rice everywhere we're at. We're at church right now. You don't need rice with the fucking body of Christ. You know what I'm saying?
You do, though. It's good.
Welcome
to crispy and the
oh, it's a texture
thing.
Yeah, but she dipped it in soy sauce. I thought that was a little disrespectful.
Disrespectful.
Like, Jesus don't need flavor like that.
No, I think you need the flavor.
I mean, he does.
If
but
you
like,
have the rice,
it's one of those things where you just let it go because, you know.
Well, it is Jesus. Yeah. Supposed to be.
Welcome to Sunday Morning Sessions. I am your host today, Dre. I am here with my very special guest, Erick Esteban.
What's up, y'all?
Thank you for being here. So let's get into it. Super funny comedian, actor, model.
Thank you.
I'm just trying to hype you up. Like,
okay, well, thank you. I'm not a model. I'm not a model.
You're
I mean, they can clearly see that I'm not a model.
They don't know.
I'm 44 years old, bro.
I mean, hand models work.
Yeah, hand model. Yeah, I have been a hand model.
See? Why?
I have. I've worked as because you just go where they book
Zoolander.
I mean, I guess.
Yeah. So you run a few different spaces and projects, right? Like the Miscellaneous.
I have attention deficit disorder.
I don't even know how to spell that, but Miscellaneous Brown Comedy Spectacular.
Miscellaneous Brown's Karaoke Comedy Spectacular.
I was close.
You were close. Very few people, like I had my homie host, and they couldn't even say the whole name.
Right.
So
I was pretty close.
I like to do a lot of like a sentence for my title, like Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao, shortest, biggest fan. See, I like to say a lot of sentences because I like to talk real fast.
I feel like Twitter doesn't work for you then. Because
no, it doesn't.
Character.
It doesn't. Yeah.
Character. So talk about Manny Pacquiao. Who is Manny Pacquiao?
Manny Pacquiao was a sketch that I thought of when I was here at the Groundlings in L.A. And it was just me putting gym shoes on my knees and wearing a Manny Pacquiao jacket, and then I'm Manny Pacquiao, shortest, biggest fan. And I did a sketch where I read some Shakespeare.
All right.
As Manny Pacquiao.
Okay.
Because he was fighting Ricky Hatton, and you know Shakespeare, and he's from London, so I'm going to read some Shakespeare.
I want to let everyone know we agreed not to do any accents.
Listen,
he's disrespecting the agreement.
First of all, no, you asked about Manny Pacquiao, so it's not technically it's not an accent, it's a character, because we were talking about that earlier, where accents aren't offensive.
Your hand is very close to my hand. Now it's
accents
directly on my
are
hand.
not offensive as long.
Why are you caressing shit?
I'm just want to make sure that you understand.
You're rubbing
and get
thumbs.
my point.
You're rubbing thumbs right now.
Okay, well, I mean, if that makes you feel uncomfortable, it's cool.
It doesn't. I just feel like I should get paid in advance.
First of all, I'm not gonna pay you for shit to just rub my thumb on your thumb. You better rub more than your thumb if you want to get paid. I'm just being real. No.
Like that?
Is it that big?
Rub your thumb, huh?
Is that how big it is?
No, it's actually like that.
Oh, it's okay.
Okay. So the Comedy Spectacular that happens at the Brew Yard.
Yeah.
Brewery.
Brew Yard Brewery, Filipino owned. Sherwin and Kirk. I think Kirk is half Korean as well, but they're both Filipino owned. They got calamansi flavored beer. Ooh. It's like my goal when I wanted to do a show was not only just to do a show hosted by Filipino American, but also have it be at a Filipino business, you know, so like even Barcada or
just funnel the money into this.
Yeah, I mean, why not? You know, because you're bringing, if you can bring 20 people to buy their beer, and then I'll have like another Filipino food truck or pop-up restaurant, so then blow them up too. I mean, the last show that we did in June, shout out to Project Flip Flop because they ended up bringing the audience.
Oh, nice.
Because they only seldom did pop-ups.
Mm-hmm.
So the pop-ups drew a whole bunch of people, and then they stayed for the show and they enjoyed the show. So it was really, like I said, we're trying to build a community with that show. So
yeah,
that's kind of, I'm excited.
And I know you also do the Joots.
Yes. That's kind of a dream of mine. My homies and I came up with that, the Filipino American Cannabis Society.
Yeah.
Which is just me and a bunch of Filipino guys smoking weed in my
Ube flavored rolling paper.
Yeah, ube flavored rolling papers. Yeah, now we Joots is slang, Tagalog slang for cannabis, and then Joots rolling papers are, you roll it up and it's a Joots joint, and it happens to be ube flavored.
Nice.
So you can go on you can go on Joots Papers on Instagram. You can give us a follow and give us an order.
So this article. Why are you laughing? Why the fuck are you laughing right now?
I love your entrance.
Huh?
I loved your entrance. It was like masterpiece fucking theater.
Surprise attack.
Yeah.
Sneak attack.
That's why it was gulag.
So there's this article that just came out. Filipinos are ranked number 3, the world's sexiest people. They must have not seen you because obviously we would have been
dude. I think they must have not seen you because because first of all,
the camera keeps overheating on us.
I'm happy with 3.
Are you?
Yeah, I'm happy with 3 because I'm a comedian. So rule of 3s.
Right.
Boom.
3
1,
Sweet
2,
Productions.
3. Sexy and funny. What do ladies want?
Oh. I like how is like the...
That's the fucking period, bro.
Game over.
Oh.
Right?
Mic drop.
And it's so fucking stupid. Because we have this argument, and you don't have to say anything that pertains to the argument.
No.
You can be like, Endgame, Avengers Endgame was the best movie created. Well, the birds fly,
Oh. Well, no.
And everything just like makes sense.
My dad...
Do we get that?
No, my dad will quote movie lines, but he'll misquote them.
Word.
But then he'll add the O at the end and accentuate that shit. Like
it's
like when I quit karate, and he said, either you karate do yes, or you karate do no.
There is no.
But if you karate guess so, squish like a banana. And then I said, Dad, that's a.
What the fuck is that?
It's supposed to be a grape. Squish like a grape. And then he said, I'll grape your head. You better learn how to fight.
Oh. I just...
Stupid.
Where does that come from in our culture?
There's a lot of vowels.
It's a very fake it till you make it situation, right?
I mean, look at...
Confidence is key.
Joe was talking about how we point, right? Yeah.
Okay, so my dad, he tried a vape one time.
He tried your vape?
He tried a vape, and he tried to get me to...
Was it weed in it?
No, it was just a normal...
Just tobacco?
Yeah.
Okay.
And he tried to get me to vape, and his method of convincing me is a very stereotypical Filipino thing where he'll do the head nod and eyebrows.
Oh, yeah.
Where he'll go, Dre, you want the vape? It's strawberry. And I'm like, I guess I gotta have some of this shit now, dude.
Okay, you made that face. So my dad.
And then you add the 3, the head nod, the eyebrows, and the.
Yeah, I mean. And then you point to whatever. No, because my dad made that face after he caught me having sex.
With your human? With a human?
With a human.
Okay.
Yeah.
With yourself?
You talk about that dude with the sex doll?
The sex doll?
The sex doll guy? I'm strictly human beings. Not strictly female. Strictly female. I mean, I'm just, hey, pride, you do your thing, love is love, but I'm good. Female.
Not for you.
Yeah, no, but the first time I was with a female, my dad caught me and he opened the door and he said, oh, sorry. And then he closed the door. And then the girl was mortified, so she left. And then I drove her home and then got home. And my dad was sitting on the porch. And he said, I was, hoping he's probably going to give me like a birds and the bees type of thing. And he said, So, is that the first chick you bang? You know, when I'm your age, maybe 10. And then he did that face, the eyebrows with the
Father's
lips.
so eloquent.
Yeah, well, then he said catch up, and then he pointed with his lips.
Oh man!
Yeah.
All right, that might be. I want to end there. Let's. Where
That
can
was the
everyone?
Birds and the Bees talk from my
Okay.
Filipino dad.
That's great. Where can everyone find you on the internet and in real life?
Well, okay, in real life, you can find me at the Brew Yard every second Sunday in the month.
Right.
And hopefully Dre and Eric will both. Eric has already done my show twice.
You keep bringing this.
And
shit
Dre has not done my show
up. I'm trying to
yet.
find a perfect karaoke song.
He's Filipino. Tell him to pick one.
That
or
means
sing
there's
my
so
way.
many.
Well, sing my way, dude. Anyway, so you can see me second Sunday of the month at Brew Yard in Glendale, Miscellaneous Brown's Karaoke Comedy Spectacular. You can follow me on Instagram at Miscellaneous Brown. You can follow me on Twitter at Erick Esteban, E-R-I-C-K. And then you can also follow me on Facebook, Erick Esteban Comedy. I made it all different because Erick Esteban was taken. So I have it all different.
You should have tried Erick Escobar.
Yeah, because I want them to think we're the same person.
Yeah.
Y'all look at me. How can they confuse us? Look at this. Look at how pogy I am. Putang ina. Shit.
Putang in his shit. Bye.
That's shout out to my dad. That's his line.
So, my dad wanted me to take karate lessons because I got into a fight at our Santo Niño prayer group. See, because I really liked breakdancing back in the day. I still love breakdancing. Shout out to the Tabawakis, by the way. The Tabawakis, man. I want them to open up for my comedy special. The Tabawakis, how badass would that be? Anyway, I'm sorry, I digress. Anyhow, so my dad wanted me to sign up for karate lessons because I was watching some breakdancers, and this little white kid who was one of the breakdancing crew came up to me, and he's like, you want to see a move? And he did one of those arm pop lock things, and then he went to the other side and he smacked me in the face, and I just started crying and I ran like a little bitch. I mean, it was kind of like fight or flight, you know, like, and I flighted like a motherfucker. I ran. And my dad was pissed because he was like, why did you, if somebody tries to hit you, you don't let them. Hello? Don't you know how to block? You're my son. You should know how to block. My dad always assumed that I knew how to do shit, even if I didn't know how to do shit. Like he would throw, like when we first played catch, he'd say, oh, catch it. Oh. And it would hit me, and he'd be like, why don't you catch it? Because he never told me how to catch it. I had to catch with my hands, but he never told me. And same with like investing stock. He was like, oh, why did you lose all your money? Because you didn't show me how to do it. You just assumed that I knew how to do that shit. Then the same with blocking. And I'd always get hit in the face because he said, oh, why didn't you block? Because I don't know how. So he sent me to karate lessons, and he signed me up at Lions Taekwondo. Now, this was on the west side of Chicago, and this was like a weapons, like karate uniform shop with like a little studio in the back. So there was only like 3 students there. There was a white dude who was kind of creepy. He was like a Scooby-Doo painting. You know, like one of those, when you walk past him, the eyes was like this. So he was kind of creepy. He didn't say shit. And then there was Tyrone. And Tyrone was a black dude, and he always wore red nail polish. And when you asked him why he wore red nail polish, he would say, it makes me feel like a lion, baby, and this is Lions Taekwondo, okay? And so that was Tyrone. And then there was the other white belt in the class. The only other white belt in the class was Damon. And he was this young black kid, about my same age, around 10 years old. And when I introduced myself, I said, hi, my name is Eric. And he said, hi, my name is Damon. Spelled like demon, sounds like almond. And so then the first day, Mr. Lee, curly-haired Korean dude, says, today we spar. And I'm like, I don't know how to spar. He was like my dad. He assumed that I knew how to fucking spar, but he didn't. I just put me in a circle with Damon. And so I'm right there with Damon, right, in the thing. And then we bow. And then Mr. Lee tapped my head. And he said the same words that Bruce Lee said to his student in Enter the Dragon. He said, never take your eye off your opponent. even when you bow. And so I said, oh shit, I'm ready. This is like the Bruce Lee lesson. So I got into my fighting stance, and I let out a Bruce Lee yell. I was like, whoa! And then Damon lunged forward and headbutted me in the thigh and gave me the worst Charlie horse I ever felt in my fucking life. And I was like, I untied my fucking karate thing. I was like, fuck this shit. And I'm getting to the dressing room, and Tyrone follows me in. And he said these words that I'm never going to forget, and I'll leave you with these words. He said, Eric, don't you worry about that Desmond or Demon or Damon or whatever the hell his name is. If there's one thing you learn in Lions Taekwondo, let it be this. If there's ever a bully who's trying to hurt you or fight you, you look at him dead in his face with the hardest, meanest look that you can, and you say, I will kiss you in your hot mouth. And I swear to God, Eric, you will never, ever have to fight again, for real. That's your karate lesson, bitch. Peace.
Thank you for watching Sunday Morning Sessions. Thank you for our special guest, Erick Esteban, for coming in, making us laugh. And thank you to his special friend, Annabelle, who helped us get an Adidas sponsor for our shoot today. Free clothing.